Hey guys, it's me, Ryan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I've decided to vlog again this week and today because I am making some t-shirts, and I thought I would bring you guys along because a lot of you have commented in my past videos that you want to see me make more t-shirts, because you all enjoyed my last video where I made some t-shirts. So that's exactly what I'm doing this week. I've actually tried this once already. I've got kind of a story time I'm going to tell you, but that's what I'm going to be doing this week, and I thought I would bring you guys along. It's not really going to be a full-on instructional video, but you guys will get the gist of what I'm doing throughout anyway. If you do want to see a full in-depth video on how to make a t-shirt, please let me know. It is something I want to do anyway, but if you guys do want to see that, please let me know down below because I will definitely be filming that. But today is just going to be more of a vlog style video, so I'm going to show you what I've been up to before I started filming, and we'll go from there. But before we get into it, I do want to say, if you are new around here, please be sure to subscribe. We are on track to 1,000 subscribers. It was my goal in July, and it does look like we're going to hit that. So please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also be sure to give this video a big thumbs up because it really does help my videos get out there. And please be sure to follow me on Instagram, which is always linked below in the description box. So this is what I've done so far. Basically the patterns. So this isn't my own pattern, by the way. It is based off a PDF pattern that I bought off Etsy. I will link it down below. So what I've done is just trace out the size that I want. This is I've done a XL, which normally teaches I'm a large/extra large because I have a big chest. But this is the pattern. So as you guys can see, this is the front, this is the back. I have lined them all up already to make sure they check. Make sure they fit, I mean. This is like the neckline finishing, so I will be hopefully finishing it with ribbon. And then of course this is the sleeves. And as you guys can see there, I've cut one pair. That's because with sleeves you always cut one pair, especially if you're giving your sleeves to like someone else to do. Because if you cut two, they will probably cut two the same way, not flip it. So you always cut one pair, so you have a left and a right. The only thing about this pattern that I didn't like was it didn't actually come with notches already in the sleeves and the armholes, so I did have to add them myself. So I've got the front, the sleeve head, and also the back, and then I made sure to place them in the correct places on the armholes on the front and the back as well. So that is the only thing I added myself. The only thing I need to do before I can actually start cutting is just to add the grain lines and also add where I'm going to place on the fold to cut to the front and the back, and that's about it. So I'm going to add them, and then we will start cutting the fabric and hopefully make some t-shirts. And also, if you guys can hear rain, that's because it's July and it is still raining here in South Wales, so that makes no difference. But I'm just going to show you. As you can see, it's a really wet and drizzly day out there. It is not nice whatsoever, so that is what I'm dealing with today, but it's all good because I'm in here in the studio warm. But yeah, I'm just going to add those last little things to the pattern, and then we will start cutting the fabric. So this is the fabric that I'm going to be using. It's kind of like a looped back French terry. It has stretch in one direction. I have actually tried to make this shirt a couple of days ago with the same fabric. It all went really well until I got to the neckline, because I did make some alterations to that pattern. I think it went wrong somewhere. But I know this pattern will 100% work. So this is the fabric I'm using. It's just a regular grey like French terry knit. The reason why I'm using this is because I actually want to use this t-shirt for the gym if I can, and this is a really good fabric for things like that because it's really absorbent and it's not too heavy. This one is kind of lightweight, and then I'll just be using a regular ribbon, white ribbon for the neckline. So this is the fabric I'll be using, and also this wasn't really expensive at all. So I kind of use this fabric really now as toiles for knit garments and like t-shirts. And if it turns out good, I'll wear it. If not, it's just a toile. So yeah, this is the fabric I'm using, and now I'm just going to get to cutting. I'm still waiting for my other two cutting mats to come in, because my plan is to get, if I get another two of these, which are on the way, they will go up like that perfectly, so there'll be 1, 2 and 3, so it will completely fill this cutting table, so I'll have much more space to cut and I can actually lay out the fabric properly. But for now I'm just using one, which works fine. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. So yeah, let's just start cutting the fabric. So I've got all my pieces cut out, including the ribbon. So now I'm going to start sewing. So what I'm going to do first is I'm first going to pin the front and the back together by the shoulder seams, right sides together, and then stitch them using a centimetre seam allowance on the overlocker, and we'll go from there. So the shoulder seams are now all stitched together and pressed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the sleeve in. So to do that, I'm just going to pin it right sides together the way this is laid out now, and again stitch 1 centimetre on the overlocker. But before I close up the sleeves and the side seams, I will do the neckline after that. But first, let's do the sleeves and then we'll move on. So first I'm going to make sure I pin the notch that is right at the top to the shoulder seam, because that will make sure the sleeve is completely lined up where it should be. So I'm just gonna pin that there first. Then once that's pinned there, I'm gonna pin the other notches. Then once I've pinned the other notches together, I'm gonna set the rest in, or ease it in, which will make it much easier. So you just gently ease the rest of the sleeve in like this, and in that way it will fit. But make sure you align up your notches first, because as long as your notches are aligned, the rest should fit and ease in pretty easily. But like I said earlier, my pattern didn't even come with notches, I added my own, which is easy enough to do. So if you guys want a video on that, please let me know. But you just basically measure how far from the sleeve end you place the front and back notch, and then from the bottom of the armhole, like where by the side seam, you just measure up from there the same amount and just mark them. So now that is all pinned and eased in like this, all pinned and eased in, let's take it to the overlocker. So I've pinned that as evenly as I can. Again, I wasn't sure if this pattern was supposed to have ribbon around the neckline or not, because it doesn't specify, but I've pinned it around as evenly as I can, and now let's take it to the overlocker and sew it, and I'm praying that it will go right and it will go on nicely. It should, but we'll see. So yeah, let's go to the overlocker and stitch this on. So I've stitched the neckline on, and it does seem to have gone on pretty good. I have given it a press, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pin the side seams and the sleeves and sew them together, and then I'm going to give it all a good press before I hem, and also try it on as well. So I will show you guys that, but let me just pin and stitch these together first, and then we'll come back and do a little try on. So you guys are currently lower down than me, but I am trying it on and I absolutely love the fit. It fits me perfect. So as you can see, it's not too tight, it's not too loose. I like the length, although it's going to be hemmed. But yeah, the only thing I want to do is try and press this neckline. Times like this, I wish I had a cover stitch machine, because this would lay much flatter then because the seam would be stitched down. And I don't want to top stitch it because I just don't like the look. I might if I have to, but I think with a good press it'll be fine. The neck isn't too low. Like I've got a thing where sometimes on t-shirts the neck on the back can be too low, which it's not. It seems to be quite nice. I think the front is quite nice, but as you can see the front keeps wanting to like bend in, so I do need to give that a good press. But this is the fit. I'm just going to move you down a bit. Oh, that's better. So you guys can see the fit much better now. I really do like this, and yeah, this will definitely be using this pattern from now on. The sleeves are literally the perfect length. Again, they do need to be hemmed, but I am really happy. Also, the way I set the sleeves in, which I'll show you guys in more detail in the end, is perfect. There's no tucks or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this all a good press and then hem it, and then I will show you the final result. So it's time for the final reveal, and I'm going to show you guys the completed t-shirt. So this is what it looks like from the top. This is the neckline. Overall, I'm actually really happy with the neckline. I think it's sitting relatively flat. I don't think it looks too stretched out or anything. Considering I haven't made a t-shirt in like a year, I'm really happy with how the neck turned out especially. I'm going to put you guys down so you can get a better look of the overall t-shirt and the sizing and the fit as well. So ignore my yellow shorts, these are just my comfy shorts. But this is the completed t-shirt, and I am really happy with how this has turned out. As you guys can see, the neck I think is lying relatively flat at the back as well. I don't think, again, the neckline looks too bad. When it comes to t-shirts, the neckline is always the thing that will, it's kind of a make or break, because you want it to lay as flat as possible. If I had a cover stitch machine to top stitch it down, I would. I don't want to top stitch with my regular sewing machine, because just in case it just gives it a really homemade look. But as you can see, I've hemmed the sleeves, which are pretty even. I've hemmed the bottom, of course. I think the only thing I need to do now is really give it like one final iron and press when I'm ready to wear it out. But overall, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. Let me know down below what you guys think of it, but I'm really happy, and I can't wait to create more t-shirts out of the jersey I have here as well. I have a lot of jersey fabric underneath there, so I'm really excited to create more of these for the summer. I think the only thing I will change is the neckline. So what I'm going to do, I think, is, well, not the neckline itself, the pattern for the ribbon. I think I'm going to make it a bit wider, because this, it looks fine, but I think I want it to come up maybe another centimetre or centimetre and a half. Only because I just think it'll look better that way, in my opinion. I also might create a pattern as well to add ribbon to the sleeves. But that's the only thing I'm going to change, is just to make the ribbon a bit wider, and that's it. But overall, I'm really happy with it. Again, I think it fits perfect. I think it's hemmed relatively evenly, I think anyway, from what I can see from here. But yeah, I am really happy with how this has turned out. Giving you guys a closer look at it. As you can see, it fits me quite boxy, which I kind of like because it's not too fitted. I don't like clothes that are really fitted because I feel smothered. So I'm really happy with the fit. And again, I think the hem is relatively even all around as well, which I'm happy about. And yeah, it's kind of oversized, like it's definitely not fitted to my body. So as you guys can see, I could probably take it in if I wanted to 3-4 inches on the sides. But I'm really happy with this. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. I certainly did making this t-shirt, and it only took me a few hours to sew as well, so not too bad, about 3 hours. Again, the only change, like I said, I will make is probably to the width of the ribbon on the neckline. But other than that, it's a really, really good pattern. I did trace it off a PDF pattern that I bought on Etsy, as I said in the beginning of the video. I will link that pattern down below. It's an Etsy shop with a lot of PDF patterns, and they're all about from like £1.50 to £2.50. They're really, really cheap and really, really good as well, so I'm definitely going to be buying more. So yeah, this is the completed t-shirt. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and also let me know down below what you think and if you learned anything. Again, if you want a full in-depth video on how to create a t-shirt, please let me know and I will 100% do that. And yeah, I'm just really, really happy with this outcome, and I hope you guys like it as well. So again, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram, that is linked down below, and also join my Facebook community group where we support and promote all of our sewing. It is called Support and Promote Your Sewing. And on there you can post anything you're working on, what you've made, your businesses, you can advertise everything like that. That's why I created the group, simply because in a lot of other sewing groups you can't advertise your businesses or anything like that. So be sure to join that, because it really is a fun and supportive community. And again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.